Hutch Mansell isn't your average guy. His bruised eye hints at a dangerous past he tries to keep hidden. His family gathers, excited for some normal fun after months apart. Planning a vacation, Hutch wants to create new memories and bond with his kids. They arrive at a nostalgic water park, hopeful for a peaceful getaway. Suddenly, the mood shifts. Danger looms as Hutch pulls his family to safety. A tense family conflict reveals Hutch's fierce protectiveness. He soon faces brutal fights in a neon-lit arcade, using anything he can as a weapon. Meanwhile, corrupt cops and criminals close in, making clear that this vacation won't be peaceful. Ready for action? I'm on vacation. Subscribe to Flixor for the latest movie breakdowns and epic trailers. The Nobody 2 trailer is here, and it is everything I hoped for and more. It has more action, more dark humor, and more family feels than the first film. And by the looks of it, this might just be one of the best sequels ever. So let's get into all the details. This video is full of spoilers for The Nobody. If you have not watched the film yet, then make sure you do, because it's an awesome movie. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new updates. In the trailer, we see Hutch Mansell looking over old photo albums with his son, which shows us some flashbacks of his life before he became a nobody. He reminisces about his long-lost love and how different his life could have been had things gone differently. But we know that's not possible now. His son asks him where they're going on vacation this year, to which Hutch replies they're gonna go to the happiest place on earth, aka the water park. Later we see them packing the car and getting ready to leave. And Hutch tells his wife Becky that he's looking forward to some strictly family time. But little does he know that this trip will bring out the worst in everyone. As they drive along, we see news reports flashing across the screen, telling us that there's been a series of murders and violent crimes happening in the area. It seems like someone is killing crooked cops and leaving their bodies in bizarre places. And from the looks of it, these people aren't just random victims, but they're connected somehow. And when they arrive at their destination, we meet our new villain, who just so happens to be a woman named Pilar, played by the amazing actress Catherine Hahn. She owns the water park, and she runs it like she owns the world. And honestly, she kinda does. Pilar runs the park with an iron fist, and no one dares question her or cross her. Even the local sheriff is in her pocket, and he does whatever she says without hesitation. She clearly has some sort of magical power over him. And to top it off, she has security cameras literally everywhere. So there's no escaping her watchful eye. They also have some shady characters lurking around the park, probably Pilar's goons. They seem to be keeping tabs on everyone who enters the premises, and the second Hutch steps foot inside the park, he instantly regrets it. Things are definitely not right here, and it seems like Pilar is behind it all. There's a palpable tension hanging in the air, and it's clear that something sinister is brewing beneath the surface. The atmosphere is thick with suspense and danger as Hutch finds himself entangled in a deadly game of cat and mouse with this mysterious mastermind. As the body count rises and the stakes become higher, Hutch must use all his skills and cunning to stay one step ahead. But unfortunately, Hutch doesn't listen to his gut, and he ends up paying the price. He gets drugged by Pilar's goons and taken to an abandoned house outside of town. And when he wakes up, he finds himself tied to a chair with his mouth covered with tape. It seems like they want to extract information out of him and use him as a pawn in their twisted game. Meanwhile, back at the water park, Becky and her kids are having the time of their lives, completely oblivious to the danger that lies ahead. But soon enough, they'll find themselves in danger too. Hutch tries to break free and escape, but he's unsuccessful, and he ends up passing out instead. When he comes to his senses again, he manages to free himself, and he makes a run for it. But it's too late. Pilar and her goons are waiting for him in the forest, and they've got a score to settle. A fierce battle ensues as Hutch uses all his might to take them down. but they're relentless, and they keep coming at him wave after wave. Soon enough, he's outnumbered and overpowered, and he finds himself in a desperate situation. Just when he thinks it's all over, reinforcements arrive. But it's not who you think it is. It's the sheriff, who steps in to save the day. Or maybe he was in on it all along. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, back at the water park, things are also heating up. Pilar is causing chaos and destruction, and no one can stop her. She's ruthless, and she's not afraid to spill blood. It's a terrifying sight to behold as she unleashes her wrath upon those who dare defy her. But then a familiar face appears, and it's Hutch's wife, Becca. She's tired of Pilar's shenanigans, and she's not going to stand for it anymore. She confronts her and demands that she stops what she's doing. But Pilar is not one to be trifled with, and she retaliates. It's a showdown of epic proportions as these two strong women go head to head. They go back and forth, trading blows, and neither one of them is willing to back down. But as the fight intensifies, things take a turn for the worse. Becca is injured, and she collapses to the ground. It's a devastating blow that leaves her fighting for her life. And it's clear that Pilar has taken things too far this time. In a fit of rage, she grabs a weapon and advances towards her, ready to deliver the final blow. But just when it seems like all hope is lost, a hero arrives. It's Hutch. He may be battered and bruised himself, but he's not about to let Pilar hurt his wife any further. He jumps into action and tackles her to the ground, knocking the weapon away from her grasp. A fierce struggle ensues as Hutch tries to hold her down. But Pilar is a strong opponent, and she fights back with everything she's got. She scratches, she bites, she kicks, and she screams, but Hutch is not giving up. He's determined to protect his wife at all costs. Meanwhile, the sheriff watches the scene unfold, and he makes a decision. He draws his gun and aims it at Pilar, giving her an ultimatum. She either surrenders peacefully or he'll fire. It's a tense standoff that leaves everyone on edge. But in the end, Pilar realizes that she's outnumbered and outgunned. She drops her weapons and throws herself at the mercy of the authorities. And finally, it's over. The danger has passed, and the townspeople can breathe a sigh of relief. But as the sun sets over the water park, a somber mood descends. Hutch and his family are preparing to leave. They say their goodbyes to the townspeople, and they pile into the car. As they drive away, we see Pilar being led away in handcuffs. She's furious, but she's powerless to stop the justice that's coming her way. Back in the car, Hutch's son asks him why they have to go. He wants to stay and continue playing, but Hutch tells him it's time to go home. They're leaving the nightmare behind them and starting fresh. As the movie ends, we see that Pilar is locked up and her reign of terror is over. But it's clear that the scars of this experience will linger for a lifetime. Hutch and his family may never forget what happened here, but they're stronger for it. So that's what we can expect from the sequel. Lots of crazy action, some heart-wrenching moments, and a whole lot of fun. I cannot wait for this movie, and it's nice to see that the studio is investing in the sequel. After the huge success of the first film, it was only a matter of time before we got some more. If you're a fan of the first film, then you'll love this one. And even if you're not, this standalone film is still worth watching. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll cheer. Just be prepared to get sucked into the story, because once you start watching, you won't be able to look away. Now, who else is pumped for the sequel? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. With that said, I'll see you guys next time.